Good evening, everyone. My name is Paramveer Singh, and I'm the current president of the Medical Student Society here at UNIC. Firstly, I would like to thank the esteemed faculty members and friends and family of our beloved medical students of joining us here today or online for the MD4 and GMD3 white coat ceremony. Today marks the important transition from the preclinical to the clinical years that will signify an importance to your medical careers. The white coat ceremony is more than just a tradition. It's a turning point. It's a moment where dreams of becoming a healthcare professionals begin to take shape in the real world. The white coat represents more than a garment. It represents trust, responsibility, and service. It marks a beginning of a journey where science meets compassion, and where learning never truly ends. As our own Dr. Kanakis mentions, repetition is the mother of all learning. Wearing this coat means that you're committing yourself to something much greater. You're not just learning pathology, anatomy, or physiology. You're beginning to learn how to sit with a grieving family and listen to those who truly need your help. On this final part of the journey, you will be tested, not only intellectually, but morally and emotionally. Let's carry this coat with humility, integrity, and an unrelenting commitment to care for others. It has been a privilege to be part of the journey, from seeing you guys on those early mornings and late nights from the library. The moments of doubts and even louder moments of well-deserved celebration. The white coat is a symbol of all those sacrifices you've made. For example, saying no to going to the beach on a sunny day as you have an exam, or pulling an all-nighter and you're too tired. Trust me, we've seen all of it. You've already impacted more lives than you realize, whether it's comforting a classmate before taking a clinical skills exam, offering a shoulder to cry on after a tough day, or making a patient feel seen in your early encounters. You've begun living out of a true heart of a healthcare professional. To the faculty and mentors, thank you for shaping up these future physicians and caregivers, not just through what you taught them in the lecture halls, but through the example you set every day. Also, to the friends and family sitting here today or watching with us online, it could not have been done without you supporting them, whether emotionally, mentally, and most importantly, financially. I would like to say this. Take this moment and enjoy it with your friends and family, as in a few years' time, you'll be looking back at these moments through medical school. Carry this white coat with a pride and a symbol of love and passion towards medicine. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sopan Motamedian. I'm the current vice president of the MSSS. Wow, that really sounded like Oskies, really. For the EFOs that don't know me by now, you probably skipped a lot of anatomy tutorials, but you guys are lucky I'm not going to talk about that today, okay? For the ones that know me, I don't really like talking formal or like using big words, having my head all the time on the paper. I would like to say what's on my heart right now and what's on my mind. I think that's more special towards you guys. As I said, I've had the honor of teaching many of you guys how to spell sternocleidomastoid without crying. And the joy of seeing you guys go from very confused students looking at cadavers to slightly less confused clinicians staring at patients is really something. While I'm at it, I want to thank the families, the faculty members, the dean, for everything that they've done, for making sure that you guys eat during the exam seasons. Of course, I want to thank ChatGPT and ChatGPT Plus for summarizing all those long lectures for us. And lastly, I want to thank Walt, Foodie, Bolt, and their Drevely guys for providing us food when we didn't have time to cook. As a baby doctor who just graduated, I'm graduating end of June actually, I would like to give you the most honest advice that I've learned throughout the years. I don't like romanticizing medicine so much, saying it's perfect, it's the best thing you could ever choose. It's beautiful, but at the same time, it's an emotional roller coaster with no refunds and no seatbelts, really. Sometimes it feels like Grey's Anatomy, and the other times it really feels like Squid Game. there's going to be times, as Param mentioned, you're going to be asking yourself, why have I chosen this path, really? Why am I revising guidelines at 3 a.m.? Why am I arguing with the printer in the nurse's station while all of my friends are at the beach? And you know what? That's actually very normal. You know, I think we should normalize that. And in these moments that you are doubting yourself, you should remember why you chose to be doctors. Because as Carl Jung said, he who has a reason can bear anyhow, okay? Wherever you guys will end up, whether it's UK, Greece, or any country that I haven't mentioned, make sure that you use every hospital shift as gold, okay? Ask questions, and ask questions, okay? Practice, and remember, no matter what, be confident and be brave. And remember that bravery is not the lack of fear, it's continuing despite having the fear, okay? I'm actually done with my speech. I have more things to say, but I'll probably get a dab if I continue, so I might go as well take my seat. Thank you so much for your time today.
Right. Now, could I ask Professor Adonis Inidis, the Dean of the Medical School and the Professor of Clinical Genetics, to say a few words, please?
Thank you so much, and thank you Paramveer, thank you Sopan. As always, it's a great honor to be invited to provide this initial address to this very important ceremony. It's really important because this is essentially a ceremony that's designed and is an initiative of the students themselves. And for this, makes it very special. So I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all the students here, and of course I can see with delighted to see so many friends and family around here, and of course welcome my colleagues and the team from the faculty in this ceremony. I guess what I wanted to stress is, I mentioned that this is a student initiative, and it's been wonderfully organized every year, and it has become a fixture really in the medical school calendar, and a truly important milestone for the students. It's a fixture that essentially kickstarts the award season at the medical school after a really long and very busy academic year that comes the late May, early June, when the white coat ceremony signals the start of hopefully a more relaxed time, and culminating in a few weeks' time in the school graduation ceremony in this very amphitheater. So, and it takes me back to when this white coat ceremony was first brought to our attention. This is mostly a North American tradition, and many of us who'd been through the British system weren't aware of it, but we truly embraced it when the students came to us with this suggestion some years back, and it has become a tradition. I want to say a few words about the students, and not just the students here, but all the students. And I want to say to the students of the medical school how proud we are of all the students. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you why I say this. Because you have done magnificently in all aspects of the work of the school, all the pillars of the mission of the medical school. Our students have really contributed their utmost to our efforts. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that. I can start from the contribution that our students have made to the way we've designed our curricula has been excellent. They've worked with us to offer advice, feedback, direction, and to review our proposals, and they've been part of the work we've done to design and redesign and improve our curricula. In research, I've been looking at some data recently, and the students have really impressed. They've been more than enthusiastic to be involved, and a very significant proportion of our publications includes our students. We're really proud of that, and our students involved in research is a great initiative. In terms of our societal contribution, our students have performed in an excellent manner. The mobile clinic is very often led by initiatives that the students have started. And this has been established as a key societal contribution on behalf of the school. So, in a nutshell, our students are a vital part of the medical school community, and I'd like to thank them for that. Congratulations, we're very proud of you. So, what about the ceremony itself? As I said, students came to us back in 2013 and mentioned the white coat ceremony. We didn't know much about it. We learned about it, and we have since embraced it, and we recognize its importance. Why is it important? Well, first and foremost, I would say it's an opportunity for celebration of your achievement, because today is an achievement. So many of you have come to this point after having covered, some of you first degree, some of you many years of intense study and work, robust assessments, and so this is a great achievement, and it's certainly a time for you to stop and consider all you've done and what you've made it to this point. And of course, medicine it's really a marathon, it's never a sprint, so you have some way to go till you complete your medical studies, but after that, you'll never stop learning and being trained. So it's a time for celebration, and also it's a time where you realize what this is all about when you immerse yourself purely in the clinical environment. Of course, traditionally, white coat ceremonies signal the transition between basic science and clinical training. Of course, over the years, this transition has been completely blurred because we introduced clinical training very early on. Nevertheless, this is still an important transition point. You'll find yourself completely in the clinical environment, and then you probably think to yourself, this is exactly the reason why I chose to study medicine, because you'll find yourselves within teams of healthcare workers and being closer to patients, developing your communication skills, working with colleagues, and truly feeling the appreciation of patients for the care and the empathy and the compassion I'm sure you will be offering. So this is what it's all about the white coat being a status symbol in some ways, but actually it's not that. It's essentially reaffirming your commitment to communicating with your patients, supporting them, having the patients at the center of everything you do, and at the same time, a great opportunity for you to learn. Another thing I'd like to say about this white coat ceremony, it aligns so much with one of the key core values of the medical school, which is internationalization. So at this moment in time, our students will leave, many of them will stay in Cyprus, but many of them will also leave for other clinical training sites that, of course, have been very much part of the fabric of the medical school, and that underscores the importance of the international identity of the school. And then you realize how remarkable an achievement this has been, where the school has set up its exact mechanisms to deliver the clinical curriculum of the University of Nicosia Medical School, in faraway places such as Chicago, London, Zurich, Tel Aviv, Athens, and this is really very much part of the philosophy of the medical school here. And this white coat ceremony transitions this move from the basis at the medical school to the clinical training sites. Now, many of my colleagues that will follow will give you some very good advice, and I think I know from past white coat ceremonies, some excellent advice has been given out. May I give you some advice myself? I think the first piece of advice is to try to make the most of the opportunities you'll have, because you'll have great opportunities to learn in the clinical environment. So the time you spend there will be full of opportunities and full of chances to apply all the knowledge you've accumulated. The second thing to say is take this opportunity to learn to work as parts of teams. Medicine is teamwork based, and being in the clinical environment is a unique opportunity to learn to work with other healthcare professionals, other students, and of course, you'll be closer to the patients. Finally, what I'd say to you, well, not finally, but say enjoy this time. And finally, the final point I wanted to make is make sure you look after yourselves and that you strike the right balance between work and rest, and that you do look after yourselves. As I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Closing, I would say to you, first of all, once more to say congratulations to the Medical School Student Society for organizing this wonderful ceremony. And what I'd say to you is enjoy this, and all the very best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the Dean for your kind words and your continued support for the students. Now I would like to move on to Professor Louise Louizu, Clinical Professor of Gastroenterology, GMD Program Director, and Dr. Chloe Antonio, Associate Professor of Biochemistry and GMD Program Director, to come on stage and do a speech, please. Thank you.
Dear families and friends of our students, dear colleagues, and above all, dear students. It is a great pleasure and honor for me to address you today on this milestone occasion in your medical education. Today we celebrate all your hard work, the endless hours of lectures, PBLs, tutorials, labs, and the hundreds of learning objectives you went through. Life in many ways is like a metabolic pathway. Some steps are easy, some steps are difficult. There are encounters with inhibitors and activators along the way, and oftentimes synergistic effects with cofactors are needed, as without these cofactors, nothing much can be achieved. One could say that tonight, you're overcoming one of the rate-limiting steps of your educational path. Always remember that lifelong learning is perhaps the most important part of your journey. Do not only acquire new knowledge and skills, but also always learn from your patients and students, your colleagues, and most importantly, from your mistakes. One thing that I've learned from my mistakes is that we should always take a moment to stop and smell the flowers, and that's what we're doing today. Ceremonies like this one today are very important to me on a personal level. Being part of a student's journey to achieving their goals has always been my dream, and on occasions like this, students make my dream come true. Now, you may wonder how the Krebs cycle became part of my dream, but that's a different story. I would like to end with some words of wisdom by Rosalind Franklin that resonate with me deeply. Science and everyday life cannot and should not be separated. I wish each and every one of you all the very best in your clinical years. Wherever you may be for the next 2 years, we will always be back here supporting you. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 years at your graduation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dear students, we're here today, as Professor Ioannidis said, to celebrate your transition from the preclinical to the clinical years, in which medicine will truly come alive. The white coat you will receive today is probably not the first one you've worn, but it's certainly the most meaningful, because it marks the shift from studying medicine to treating and caring for patients. As you enter the clinics and the wards and the operating theaters, your education will change. You will still be learning every day, but now your teachers will include not only healthcare professionals, but also patients. And patients will teach you things that cannot be found in any textbook. They will teach you about dignity, they will teach you about vulnerability, suffering, and resilience. Sir William Osler, who was a Canadian physician and is considered one of the fathers of modern clinical medicine, said, "To study the phenomena of disease without books is to sail an uncharted sea, while to study books without seeing patients is not to go to sea at all." You are now prepared to start sailing. Let me be honest, however, the clinical years are not easy. They are demanding, confusing, and humbling. You will feel uncertain. You will feel exhausted. There will be days when your confidence wavers, when you ask yourself if you're cut out really to be a doctor. But let me also tell you that those moments will shape you most, and they will help you grow profoundly. My friends, Dr. Joseph and Dr. Baghdadi sitting in the row to my right will tell you that I am a lifelong and staunch supporter of Liverpool Football Club. The anthem of Liverpool FC meaningfully states, "You'll never walk alone." Like Liverpool FC, you, our students, will never walk alone during the demanding clinical years. We, your teachers, will be there to guide and mentor you, and of course, your families and friends will be there to encourage, support you, and remind you of the strength you have already shown. In your clinical years, never forget the importance of empathy and an effective doctor-patient relationship. Your patients will not remember how good you were in providing a differential diagnosis, but they will remember if you listened, if you looked them in the eye, and if you comforted them. The white coat is not a reward, it is a responsibility. It shows that you're ready to serve, learn with humility, and treat patients with respect always. Wear it with the pride of someone who has worked incredibly hard to get here, but also with the modesty of someone who knows that the real work is just beginning. Dear students, congratulations on reaching this important milestone. We, your teachers, believe in you and are proud of you, and we look forward to watching you grow into successful and caring doctors. Thank you and welcome to the clinical years.
Thank you, Professor Louise Liwazo and Dr. Chloe Antonio. Now I would like to ask Dr. Sula Nicolaou, Associate Dean for Students and MD Program Director, to come and say a few words, please.
Dear guests, colleagues, and students, good evening and a warm welcome from me as well. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be here today for this important occasion where our soon-to-be clinical students receive their white coats. Dear students, today you move from lecture halls to hospital floors, an exciting step, though it can feel a bit intimidating. It's often said, and you've heard tonight, that the white coat you'll wear today is a reminder of your responsibilities as you begin the clinical training part of your studies. But it also symbolizes your aspirations. As you put on this coat, think about what lies ahead. You're here to become doctors who blend knowledge with compassion and value continuous learning, respect each other and your patients who place their trust in your care. Keep up the enthusiasm that brought you this far and relish the small wins. I know getting here has not always been easy, with long hours of studying in a rapidly changing world, yet your commitment to medicine has remained strong. You have the skills and you have the determination. Now it's time to put them into practice. Wear the coat with pride, treat each other with respect, and show genuine care to every patient you meet. As you move forward, take a moment to celebrate all that you have accomplished and to acknowledge the support you have received from your friends, your families, and of course your classmates. I'd also like to extend a big thank you to the faculty and administrative team members who have supported you throughout your studies, as well as to student services and the MSSS, of course, for their excellent work in organizing this event. Congratulations on reaching this milestone. You're about to begin your clinical training in various hospitals, cities, and countries. Enjoy the journey ahead. It won't be long before we stand here again to celebrate your graduation in 2 years' time.
Thank you, Dr. Nicolaou. Now I would like to ask Dr. Avis Baghdadis to come up and say a few words, a medical clinical attachment lead, clinical associate, and professor of respiratory medicine. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. Yeah, for another year. It's great to be here to meet not just you students, but also your families and to see all my friends and colleagues. Thank you to the sun for timely setting below us. You know, since the air conditioning was not provided otherwise. Anyway, it's always challenging to come up and talk. Usually I have to talk after Joseph and, have to plagiarize everything after that. So this year, good luck to you. Anyway, so as I said, it's challenging to tell you about the white coat, and everybody has said why you got this white coat. So I'm going to be a little bit of devil's advocate today. Do you actually need a white coat? Well, I don't think so. I think it doesn't make you better doctors or better people. It certainly provides some respect, and there is research from the US that elderly patients prefer doctors to still wear a white coat and look, that way. But if you look at other countries like the UK, people think that you should be wearing short sleeves and that's it. When I was at medical school with Professor Kyriakidis, we had to wear a tie. He still does. So he's an infectious risk, as he's always been, and I've been rid of the tie for the last few years. So really, things are moving on, but this white coat is symbolic, as everybody said. So we don't really need to talk about the significance of the fabric, the color of the fabric, or the length thereof. So I'm going to try and inspire you with the story of somebody who was inspirational in my generation and before. I'm going to talk about a guy who excelled in what he did. This guy was called Sir Roger Bannister. Okay, you can look him up. He's not a fictitious doctor. He's a real achiever. He's the man who managed to run a mile in under 4 minutes for the first time in history. He achieved this 71 years ago in May 1954 in Oxford. And this was considered an impossible task by the people who were running athletics at the time. And he was a medical student at St. Mary's in London at the time and managed to be a supreme athlete. Walt did not deliver his food, he did not have internet, and still had to spend most of his life in the library when he wasn't running around. And he devoted endless hours to his training, and he got better by improving on the methods that the other trainers were using. He started doing interval training and anaerobic training, which were considered unorthodox. In other words, he did not just say, these are the guidelines, and I'm not going to veer away from these guidelines. He was the guy who changed the guidelines. And this is what we want you to be. We want you to be the doctors who are going to change the guidelines in the next few years. And when he achieved this amazing feat of running 3.594 in Oxford, he did not do it by himself. As the previous speaker said, you're not alone. You're in a team whenever you're practicing medicine. He had 2 of his colleagues running as pacemakers, so another new development that he introduced to his track running. And you should help and assist your colleagues and get help from them in everything you do. Now, once he broke this record, it only stood for 48 days. Somebody else thought, well, this can actually be done. This is termed the Bannister effect. And this is something modern medicine should mirror. What you should say is, impossible is nothing. I get a bit of money from Adidas for saying that, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. This should be your motto, for not just you individually, but as a new generation of doctors. Through your knowledge, the research, and hard work will come achievements that were thought to be impossible a few years back. I mean, we thought a pulse oximeter was nuclear science when we were medical students. I mean, the average oximeter weighed 20 kilos. So there you go. Things can actually improve, and you have to prove that the Bannister effect still holds true. And when Bannister went on to be a prominent neurologist and researcher in London and Oxford, and he produced a lot of work on the autonomic nervous system and more than 80 papers in prime publications. He said in a later interview that he wished to be remembered not because he was an athlete, not because he broke the record for the mile, but because he was a doctor and a neurologist. After all, he said, I was running for just 8 years and I've been doctoring for 60. This is what it means to be a doctor. This is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your lives. It will give you the satisfaction of achieving something not just for yourselves, but for all those who need your skills. Our aim is to help you to garner and polish those skills and start you off on your journey. And I hope that your generation will be teaching better and more effective knowledge and skills to those that you will have the luck and pride to teach in the future. So thank you for being part of this wonderful trek at UNIC, and thank you to those who support you in every way here and at home, and also your teachers for standing by you throughout medical school. You have all earned this day through hard work, and you now deserve a great holiday, and we expect you back, wherever you'll be going, at the various sites in the next year. Be humble and proud at the same time. Spend time with those that mean a lot to you, and keep your friends close and heart. Come back for more, as your best is surely yet to come. Thank you, and congratulations, and see you in a couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Avis Baghdadis. Next, I would like to ask Professor Joseph, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Chair of Clinical Education, Clinical Professor of Internal Medicine and Rheumatology, MBBS lead, please to come on stage.
Well, are you ready to hear it all again? You must be getting tired, and I won't be long. I'm starting to regret asking to go last. There's nothing left to say. At least Dr. Baghdadis is a fan of the other team in Liverpool, the one that wears blue, like the best team in London. And as for the team that the Dean supports, he would rather we don't mention it this year because they avoided relegation in the Premier League. And again, they wear red. We'll leave it at that. So welcome to everybody. Welcome to the families and your supporters and your friends, and to all of you today. As you've heard from all the colleagues, we've had this white coat ceremony for some years, and it's lovely to see it grow. It's always been a case of congratulating and advising. It's really the time when you now strengthen your clinical learning. Like colleagues have hinted already, I strongly feel that it's not a big, different, amazing transition. You've been seeing patients, you've been reading the books, you've been doing exams, you've been looking things up. Now it's going to come together, and it's going to be more every day. And now you're going to start behaving like you're going to behave, most of you, for the rest of your lives, which is going to be seeing people, talking to people, learning about people, looking things up, treating people. So it's nice that you're now transitioning to what you're going to be doing for good. It's a day to be happy and to congratulate yourselves because you have done well. It has been difficult. We know how hard it is. Hard to be there, hard to be doing your studying, hard to be doing your exams, hard turning up sometimes, we know, for some people. But it is a difficult time, and you should be happy. It has traditionally been a day for jokes. And if I were to listen to Professor Kyriakidis, he said, just say jokes on the day. He will wind you up, and then he will sit in the background and pretend he never told you to do it. But we can't. We can't tell jokes. We used to tell jokes about a particular specialty, but we can't do that. Not only because the specialty are present in the faculty, but also because the previous talks are all on YouTube now, and everyone will hear my same jokes year in, year out, so we can't do it. So I'll pretend I listened to my daughter, who begs me every year, please promise you're not going to say any jokes at the white coat ceremony about that specialty. Can you imagine that they feel sorry for that specialty? Who can feel sorry for that specialty? Let's stop there. So you always get a lot of advice. You've had your advice today, but it doesn't harm to hear it again. So I've been listening carefully to the colleagues. I've written it all down, and I'm going to read you the 27 things again, that they all said you have to do. No, I know you're tired and you don't need that. So, everyone, we always say, jokes aside, see lots of patients, please. See lots of patients. There's no other way. You've heard it from the colleagues. You know it from what we keep saying. But you have to see people. And start when you have more time on the wards. Please make sure you start by sitting down and talking. Leave the science behind. Leave the books behind. Sit down and get to know people. Because the largest percentage and the largest proportion of what comes across, like you've heard already, is that you know the person you're talking to, that you understand the person you're talking to, and you feel for the person you're talking to, really though, not just pretending that we feel. So just sit and talk. Talk to loads. You learn so much if you sit and talk to loads of patients. Then you can go back and you can marry it with the theory, and learning in context, as you know, when you're learning about something that you've seen, sticks. Please be where you're meant to be, when you're meant to be there. I think if you go through the YouTube videos, they're the same every year. I say the same sentence, and I don't apologize. You never know when the best opportunities for learning are going to come. Don't run away and go back to your room to do past questions. That's not the only way. You do all of that, but you've got the opportunity with wards and with patients. Please stick to talking to them as much as you can. And as I said, getting to know them. So look after yourself. Everyone said that, but we do mean it. Ask for help if you need help. Have fun while you're going along. Talk to the patients you're talking to. Look up the conditions and learn. And this, as we've said already, is going to be the rest of your life. So you may as well start now by having fun, doing it, and getting used to it. So make sure you look after yourselves, enjoy doing it. We need to thank all your loved ones, your family, your friends, your support. So please, in a minute, please join me in thanking your family and support and the administration and everyone here that make it possible for you. Every time they haven't uploaded the lecture, where's the lecture? It's not up yet. You know, there's a crazy rush to run after you, and you deserve it. But thank the admin people, as colleagues have done before, and your friends. Thank you to you all. And us here in the clinical education department, as you know, we are looking out for you. Wherever you go in the world, it's our responsibility to think about what you're doing, to check on what people are teaching you, that everything's going all right, and we are here for you. You're going to be going off, but we are here. We're looking at the curriculum. We're looking at how you're doing. You can always come back and ask. So remember, you're going, but you have got us next to you until you graduate and beyond. So congratulations, and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Joseph. And now thank you to the faculty members for your lovely speeches and your words for the students. Now I would like to invite the GMD Year 3 reps, Sapphire Hannah Goldenberg and Shiri Rachel Warshowski, for their speeches, please. Thank you.
Who's ready for version 6 of the same speech? Hello, my name is Sherry Warshowski, and I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Nicosia. Before we begin, can I please confirm your full name and date of birth?
I think you need to wake up. We're not in the Oskies anymore.
Oops.
We're in the white coat ceremony.
Sorry, force of habit.
All right, so let me start. I'll give you a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, fellow students, families, and friends, my name is Sapir Goldenberg.
And I'm Shiri Warshowski.
And we have been proud to serve as the class representatives for GMD Year 3.
We want to begin by thanking each and every one of you for being here, especially on this hot summer day. Whether you came from just down the road or crossed oceans to be with us on this little island in the Mediterranean, your presence to us means everything.
Today, we mark a moment that we've been working towards for years. The official transition from our preclinical studies to the beginning of our clinical journeys. We've studied the science, now we begin to learn the art.
We've read about the diseases, and now we begin to meet the people who live with them day to day.
And this moment has been a long time in the making.
Some of us dreamed of becoming doctors before we could even spell the word stethoscope, but let's be honest, I'm pretty sure that's most of us here today. Others chose medicine as a brave second or even third career choice. Whatever path brought us here, we now take the next step forward together. For many of us, that journey meant moving to Cyprus, a whole new country, a new culture, a new language, but mostly a lot of unknowns. We left behind our familiarity, our routines, our loved ones, to chase something bigger than ourselves. And what we found here was something that we didn't really expect, a new family.
The friends we made here aren't just classmates for you guys. They're lifelong friends who bravely overcame numerous challenges a medical student faces daily. From mastering new terminologies, dissections in anatomy lab, and long placements, to study sessions that somehow turned into collective panic attacks. Living here hasn't been easy either. Cyprus brought its own learning curve, but we adopted and we did it all together.
So thank you to our strangers turned friends, turned forever family. You know who you are. Without you, this journey would have been far more difficult and far less fun.
And while today is about moving forward, it's also about looking back and honoring those who helped us get here. This moment isn't just about us, the students. It's about you, parents, siblings, families, and friends. Please. Who walked the path with us hand in hand. Thank you does not feel like enough.
Thank you for every late night pep talk, every text that said you can do it, who believed in us, supported us, sacrificed for us, and most importantly, reminded us who we are when we almost forgot while tangled up in our studies.
You've seen us at our best and at our worst, especially during finals week. You have been our shoulder to cry on, and our biggest cheerleaders. And while medicine is about knowledge, the core of medicine is based on something that cannot be taught in classes. As neurosurgeon Dr. Betsy Grunch once said, medicine, at its core, isn't just about knowledge. It's about connection. You can ace every exam, memorize every textbook, but if you can't look in a patient's eyes and make them feel seen, heard, and safe, you have missed the point. Patients don't want to know just about how much you know. They want to know how much you care. Families, you have shown us what it is to care and how to be present. You served as role models from our very beginning to become what and who we are today. So this moment is yours too.
We would not be here without you.
Exactly.
And to our professors, mentors, and every member of the faculty, thank you for guiding us with patience and with wisdom.
You taught us that medicine is not just about memorization. It's about showing up. It's about listening, having heart, and holding on to humanity even when we're running on 2 hours of sleep and cold cafeteria coffee.
You all, sitting here today, taught us what it means to be worthy of the path ahead. And now, finally, we come to the symbol of that path, the white coat. We haven't worn it until now because we weren't yet ready to carry what it represents. As all the professors who stood before me said, this white coat is not a reward, it is a responsibility. It symbolizes trust, compassion, commitment. It represents the promise to listen to our patients, to continue learning, to treat every patient like they are someone's mother, father, or child. It is our promise to stay curious,
To stay humble.
and most importantly, to stay human.
And as much as today is a celebration, it's also a quiet moment of reflection to what lies ahead. Yes, fellows, there will be challenging days ahead. Tests that do not come with multiple choice answers. Moments of doubt where imposter syndrome will set in, whispering in our ears, you don't belong here. But if this journey taught us anything, it's this. When you find your people, when you lean on your friends, your family, and your humanity, and mostly never stop to believe in yourself, you can survive anything.
And a quick shout out to ChatGPT. We don't know if you can take the Hippocratic Oath, but if you could, you'd most definitely be standing here with us in a white coat today too. As we wrap up, we want to bring upon a wise quote and challenge you to think of this throughout the next few years of your clinical placement, and even more so as you continue your journey as a physician. Courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice in the back of your head at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. So here's our promise to say that we will try again and again.
So this quote is for all the nights we said, I can't do this.
And still did.
Congratulations to us all for reaching this point. We did it!
Thank you so much, Sapphire and Cherie. Now I would like to move on to the MD for year reps, Mirta Sharta and Sarah Al-Zubi, to come on stage and say a few words. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Just a few more speeches. Try not to zone this one out. And let me just say, this was way easier practicing in front of a mirror. So, good afternoon, everyone. To our wonderful faculty, families, friends, and of course, our dear classmates. It's such an honor today to stand here on behalf of our Year 4 class. This moment, the white coat ceremony, means so much to us. Today is a day of pride, reflection, and let's be honest, a bit of confusion on how we got here so fast. Today isn't just about putting on a white coat. It's about stepping into a role that holds kindness, trust, and care. It's about remembering why we chose this path in the first place, to help, heal, and be there when it matters most. Thinking back to our first year, if you guys remember, I'm sure you do, we've come such a long way. From nervously learning how to take our first history or perform our first physical exam, to making it through anatomy labs, online lectures, and the OSCEs, we can't forget those. There were late nights and group chats filled with voice notes and panic, and little wins that meant everything to us. We've been through a lot, but we've done it together. More than anything, we've learned that being a good future doctor isn't just about the textbooks. It's in the way we speak to our patients and in the way we listen. As we move forward in our journey, let's carry this white coat with pride, but also with a deep sense of responsibility. It reminds us that we're not just here to learn medicine. We're here to practice it with humanity, humility, and heart. We'll meet people on their hardest days in hospital rooms and in quiet corridors. And in those moments, they won't care how much we scored on our last test. They'll care that we're present and that we care, and that we see them as human beings first. Let's never lose that, the warmth and the kindness and the spark that brought us here. Let's continue to lift each other up, just like we always have. Celebrating every success and checking in after the tough days, and reminding each other that we do belong here. We've come so far, but the best is still ahead of us. To our teachers, mentors, families, Especially our classmates, thank you for being part of this journey, and we couldn't have made it here without you. Let's wear these white coats proudly, not because they make us doctors, but because of the care, compassion, and commitment we promise to bring along. And now, to take us into the next part of our journey, our final speech.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, honored guests from all around the world, and most importantly, fellow classmates. Today, we gather to commemorate a significant milestone, our transition from the pre-clinical stage of our education to the commencement of our clinical careers. This moment marks more than just a shift from theory to practice. It signifies our readiness to apply our knowledge and skills in patient care. Over the past 4 years, we've navigated countless challenges, from the pressure of academic coursework to the emotional and physical demands of clinical rotations. Yet through it all, we've grown, not only as individuals, but as a community united by a shared passion for healing and service. We've celebrated successes, supported each other through struggles, and bonded over existential crises during finals. These experiences have shaped us. And as we stand here today, having overcome these challenges together, we are more than ready to embrace the exciting opportunities that lie ahead. And while the path may lead us in different directions, the experiences we've shared will always connect us, no matter where we are. And now, as we take this next step, we do so in a symbol that carries the weight of that journey. The white coat we don today isn't just a piece of clothing, sorry. It's a symbol of responsibility, compassion, and our shared commitment to medicine. It carries the echoes of sleepless nights, caffeine-fueled study marathons, and those moments of panic before OSCEs that somehow turned into survival stories. But beyond the symbolism, our white coats come with a profound responsibility to advocate for our patients, to strive for excellence, and to never lose sight of the humanity at the heart of medicine. We wouldn't be here today without the support of those around us. To our professors, thank you for your dedication and for inspiring us to become the doctors we're meant to be. To the student services and administration teams, thank you for keeping things running smoothly and always having our backs. And of course, we could not have reached this point without the unwavering love and support of our families, partners, and friends. Your encouragement has carried us through, and for that, we are deeply and eternally grateful. So as we don our white coats today and prepare to take our next steps, let us move forward with courage, compassion, and humility. Let us never forget the privilege and responsibility that come with this coat. Let us wear this coat with pride, walk forward with purpose, and always practice with our heart. And no matter where our journey takes us, may we always be guided by the bonds we share and the common purpose that unites us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for your lovely speeches, and the faculty members. That's all from the speeches. Now let's move on to the moment that we've all been waiting for, the donning of the white coats. So if I could ask Dr. Danny Elbergen to come on stage, Professor of Internal Medicine, Clinical Education Professor, and say thank you. Could the first row please stand up, please? Al-Nassar George. Azuri Sahar. Barry Mehib. Monica. Cohen Eyal. De Silva Heshan Dinushka. Thank you so much, Dr. Danny Albangan. Please take a seat. Thank you. First row, if you can sit down, please. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Alexander Krovosky, Clinical Assistant, Professor in Anatomy and Orthopedics, please. Second row, please stand up. Imam Jomer Amir Hashia. Goldenberg Sapphire Hannah. Grossman E.L. Gurung Sawagyan. Haddad Priscilla. Isaac Amital Rebecca. Kalfa Ohana Kalfa Nofar. Thank you so much. Doctor, if you can take a seat, please. Thank you. Second row, if you can please take a seat. Now I would like to invite Professor Joseph to hand out the white coats, please. Third row, if you can please stand up. Kina and Shka. Kesta Alexia. Crispil Lin Linoy. Chrissy Matan Shumul. Melamed Miliana. Rahamim Oran Miri. Roy Eleanor Arati. Thank you so much, Dr. Professor Joseph. Thank you. Third row, please, if you can sit down. Could I ask Professor Dimitrios Kanakis, pathology of, come on stage, please? Fourth row, please stand up. Sabana Diana. Sage Ethan Aaron. Sakalaris Thomas. Saman George. Tal Lee Meyer. Takaj Ariel. Vanderberg Mika. Wachowski Shiri Rachel. Zahir Ali Azam Ali. Zaman Shadman. Thank you so much, Professor Kanakis. Please take a seat. Please take a seat, row 5. Thank you. So now we're done with the GMD white coats. Now we're going to move on to the MD4 cohort. If I could ask Dr. Nikki Viridis to come on stage, please. Clinical Associate Professor in Hematology. Next row, if you can please stand up. Adolfoli Vanessa Selrom. Adu Oluwadara Nathania. Akin Ifesi Grace Tunrayo. Al-Hajmi Gade Muhammad Ahmed Ali. Al-Zubi Sarah. Al-Hatmi Asil Ali Salim. Al-Saleh Jawad. Al-Sus Nicholas WB. Atalha Alina. Atiye Marianne. Thank you so much, Dr. Nikki Riaz. Can you take a seat, please? Please, if you can sit down. Thank you. Could I ask Professor Fotos Hajijiro to come on stage, please? Professor of Chemistry, Associate Head of Department of Basic and Clinical Sciences. Next row, if you can please stand up. Atiumo Anthony. Azar Myra. Aziz Khadija Aliwa. Baga Simran Kaur. Balambanos Christiana Amalia. Pierman Venisha Kutushta Sharma. Bati Hashim Mohammed. Clark Esther Victoria. Konstantinos Angelos. Englazakis Katrina Eleni. Ishola Joanna Ianulua. Fagbui Tomi Thompson Jr. Thank you so much, Professor. Next up, please, if you guys can take a seat now. Thank you. Could I ask Dr. George Athanasiou to come on stage, please? MD2, Clinical Lead and Assistant Professor. Could I ask the next row to please stand up? Gatanidi Theodora. Godsi Maria. Goldberg Sophia. Gunari Maria. Hamam Maria Muhammad Hassan Ali. Harshita Shri. Paul Tekla. Hemdan Walid Mohammed Ahmed Said Mohammed. Jondi Lara Noor. Karasiku Akravi. Thank you so much, Dr. George. If you can please take a seat. Thank you. Could I ask Dr. Chloe Antonio to please come up on stage, please? Caravolias Emmanuel. Kataros Theodoros. Kekanu Karal. Please, if you guys can sit down, please, now. Next row, please stand up. Kuzunia Anastasia. Michael Nicoletta. Mingo Naomi Yauni. Miusin Mihalo. Morrison Taran Megan L. Miringo Venestra Ridwan. Mukaker Mirel. Obani Ulububini Ulubutini. Ojewi Amnit Olianka Umubumi. Thank you so much, Dr. Chloe. If you can take a seat, please. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Catherine Annabelle Alexander, Clinical Associate, to please come on stage and hand out the white coat as well. Okunku Michael Ifenyuchu. Panteli Sweet Ruler. Parani Mirto. Pasha Angelica. Petro Zaid Fadi. Thank you, guys. If you can take a seat, please. Next row, please. Petru Alec Leon. Petru Maria Eleni. Purushottam Balijad Sai Sadarshan. Ramahi Malak Yasser. Rezai Alex Ali. Saki Newman. Thank you, Dr. Alexander. If you can please take a seat. Thank you. Could I ask Dr. Sula Nicolau to please come on stage and present the white coats? Salam Rami. Salam Sophia. Salam Doa Mohammed Mukhtar Muhammad Ibrahim. Saxana Ritik. Segment Fate. Seeing this, Chrissy Volantu Maria. Solomon Sabrina. Stefano Demi Maria. Thank you guys, if you can take a seat please. Next row, could you please stand up? Stray, Pedersen, Olivia, Federici, Christian, Angel. Sulk Hannah Morken. Skeya Petrio Harris. Thank you so much, Dr. Sula Nicolau. If you can please take a seat. Next up, could I ask Dr. Evis Baghdadis to please come on stage? Temawu Tolawani Deborah. Travis Walter Francis. Shasta Mirto. Trusunta Nicoletta. Ukraini Jil Kumari. Omo Zuriki Tobechi Mohu Ulua. Vekaritis Filipos Paniotas. Van Hilden Petrona Duana. Van Wattingen Byron. Westwick Olesia. Vlahos Tatiana Christina. Witten William Andrew. Thank you, Doctor. So now we concluded the donning of the white coat.